Alright, we are at one collectible with the Battle Hardened Singapore 2024 winner,
Hi guys.
Bryan Kong himself, and he's doing his winner's deck tech on OG Dash. Why did you pick Dash for this tournament, and what were your matchups?
I was actually struggling between trying like 3 different decks, so I actually started out playing Nu because it's very fun. And I realized after a certain point in time, I kept breaking with the deck. So basically, I tossed the deck away. I tried Kano, but I realized the Enigma matchup was gone. So I just went back to my trusty old deck, which is Dash.
Safe pick.
Safe pick, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about the matchups you faced. 7 rounds of Swiss.
So the first round I faced was against Enigma. It was a slow game, but my game plan to Enigma was basically set up items. Once I realized he had no footsteps, I basically just set up for a high octane turn, and then I did like a 44 damage turn with high octane. Yeah, shooting the pistol 6 times at 5 attack. Yeah. Next match will be Phi. Yes. So Phi, it's a just aggro matchup. I won the die roll. I let him go first. I just boosted my way into max velocity, and he couldn't find a tempo back after that.
Nice.
Round 3 was KO. So this was a bit interesting. He didn't have a power turn. He had not really a blood rush before my max velo. So what I did was that luckily he wild right into Bear Fang, so that means he drew 2 cards. I cracked my balance with max velocity arsenal, and I had a 6 card hand with basically even with his scouting flashback, he can't do anything to stop my max velocity.
Nice.
So I just play out the max velocity arsenal and R0 cost boost, and I just took tempo from there. Yeah.
Nice. Is that normally how the KO matchup goes?
Yes, it's in the end it's who find the power cards faster.
Yeah.
So if I find my max V faster and I'm able to get through their scouting flashback disruption, that's where I will usually get tempo because I push a lot more damage than what the KO does. If he finds his blood rush, then that's a different story. Yeah. Round 4 is Levia. Okay, this one's a bit interesting. It was closer than I thought. His hands were very optimal in the sense that Shadow Realm Horror is a very broken card.
Busted.
Yeah, he had 3 cards and then he does 3 cards 13 me.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a 7 go again to a 6 because he banished 3 6 attacks from his graveyard.
Wow, disgusting.
Yeah. The game came to a close because I managed to Pulse Wave Harpoon him, and he thought that he can save enough life total, so he showed me 3 cards and saving his Blood Rush Bellow in his hand. He showed me a Diabolic Offering. So because Diabolic Offering is a 0 defense, I took the Diabolic Offering for free and just put it on the combat chain. So at that point in time, I basically had a free card blocking for me and just push in more damage. And he has forced to basically drop his hand. Round 5 was the Mirror, yes. So it was carding. Nothing to say, he just basically boosted me. It's just whoever finds their power cards, the high octane turns. Yeah.
Go check out his deck tag as well. It's on the channel.
Please. Next one was Enigma. Same thing, he wasn't running footsteps, so all I did was just set up items and slowly chip him down after a while. Yeah. Last round was Levia.
Oh, again, wow.
Yeah, Danny Sunajo. He break, I think, 2 turns in a row.
Lucky boy.
So yeah, so the first 2 turns he basically swing. He started his turn, he swing Claw. He couldn't find any cards to put in his graveyard, so I just blocked.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The subsequent turn, I think I swing a Throttle or something for 6. He blocked 2 cards. At this point in time, he will only have 2 cards in graveyard. So I spark and found an Upounder or something like that. So basically that ended my turn. And then next turn he just swing Claw. So so basically he had nothing to play from
first 2 turns.
Yeah. So he couldn't fill his graveyard, he couldn't push damage. And that's where I kind of got the tempo from there.
Wow.
Yeah. In the end, it basically came down to him drawing no block hand and just push the damage from there. Yeah, so it was a bit unfortunate for him. Yeah.
Okay, and what about top 8?
Okay, so top 8, I think I faced against first round I faced against Kayang, who did a deck tag with you.
Yeah.
Same thing. Enigmas are not running footsteps because footsteps are only good into dash.
Yeah.
So this time I actually didn't find my items too early on. He managed to set up quite a good board. But I think the turning point came when I managed to clear his board. Then I think he was trying to block out a bit more, but I decided to set up item instead. So once I set up item, he bricked.
Oh.
He only could swing a 3 for 7 or 1 for 7.
No auras.
No auras. I blocked again, and my hand basically I drew another item. I set up a second item, just ignoring. Hopefully he doesn't play any auras, and he break again. So he plays for another 3 for 7 without setting up any auras. At that point in time, I know that I had more or less like the tempo back, and I basically just blocked a bit, then swing a bit back with my items on board. Yeah.
So pistol plus purifier kind of setup.
Yeah. So it's chamber purifier. Yeah.
Okay.
Once I had one purifier down, I kind of pivoted into the more aggressive game plan instead of more defensive. Yeah.
Okay.
Semis was Victor. Yes. The one that Carding lost to. So that matchup, because my sideboard is very different from how Carding approaches the Victor matchup, I play more defensively. So I have like 9 D-Rex in the sideboard. Yeah, so it's all brought in against Victor.
Right.
I just block efficiently, put down items, and hopefully he doesn't win the clash, which he didn't. Yeah. So he
He didn't win the clash?
Yeah. So apparently he trounced, and then he reviewed a pummel. I reviewed whatever. Then he reviewed attack. I reviewed attack. Yeah. So he didn't win. He didn't win the trounce for the first round. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that whole game, he only made 1 goal, and that was from that was from the new card from the new set, the Visit Domain Estate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the last turn where I was pushing damage, I mean he tried again. He test of strength. He reviewed Visit the Domain, and I just reviewed High Octane. Yeah. So at that point, he knew it was kind of over.
High roll.
Yeah. No, I mean.
No, he low roll.
He low roll. Yeah. So I was pushing 4, like shelf damage. Yeah. Each turn already. So at that point in time, it was. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the finals.
Okay, the finals, as it was streamed, it was as per usual, it's an aggro matchup.
Yeah.
I found my max V. He couldn't find his Art of War.
Yeah, he did not.
Yeah, so he did not find his Art of War. I gave him like 3 to 4 turns to find his Art of War. He didn't. So that's where I just took over the game and just keep pressuring him until he basically couldn't keep cards in hand. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so that's how BK won. Opponent's low roll. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
okay,
you need some luck.
Let's talk about the deck. So we'll start at the core of the deck. So these are the main cards.
The main cards that usually you'll see in the dash decks. Yeah.
So I think Rainbow 0 to 60, Rainbow zipper hits.
Yes. So and red throttles and blue throttles. I think there are some dash decks that don't really play like the yellow zipper hits. They instead replace it with like 0 cost boost. But I like the yellow pitch because sometimes it helps you play out items. Yeah. So the yellow pitch actually helps a lot.
Okay, and these are slightly more interesting. You've got the 6 Sprocket Rockets.
Yes, so
Pulse Wave Harpoon, of course, is part of the core.
Yeah. So the Sprocket Rockets are actually because we are playing Evo Steel Soul Arms, and it's because it's 0 cost, so it helps a lot with the max value turns. And sometimes if you manage to boost like a Steel Arms, Tackle Core, Pounder, you get the extra value. Yeah.
Okay, and then of course you have the max value.
Yes, and the twin drives as well.
Yeah. How often do you kind of keep a twin drive for max value?
So usually I would see how many cards do I have in the deck. Like as in, so you need to see what cards you have played out. So things like Pulse Wave Harpoon, things like max value. If you realize that there's like 2 Pulse Wave Harpoons that have been banished or blocked, you probably want to play out the twin drive just for 2 for 5 to put more pressure on the opponent. But let's say you realize that there's no Pulse Wave Harpoon, no max values out. You may want to arsenal it so that so that when your next draw comes, there's a good chance that you're probably going to draw into one of these power cards and you can twin drive double boost into a Pulse Wave.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we have some items, maybe.
Yep. So the Tackle Core and the Pounder are they're everywhere in every dash deck. I play 2 only because I don't like to bring on my max value turns for Pounder, and same goes for Steel Arms. It's something that dash when we go first, we need to find something to put down, item or equipment. Usually we are not really pushing damage on the first turn. So unless we feel like it's an aggro matchup and they have no blocks. So that's why the Steel Arms are there. It's just so that we can find something to put down on the first turn. Yeah. Couriers are important in this matchup, as in the current meta, because a lot of decks don't like to block. They like to keep cards in hand. So the couriers are there just to force them to block you out. Yeah.
So why just 2 then?
2 is because of I needed some sideboard slots here and there, and I realized that couriers are the ones that are probably like the easiest to cut, And yeah, it's just that I also play a lower blue count, so I don't really want to increase the cost curve. So that's why I cut 1. It's still a very good card, forces opponent to block, but like cutting deck is very different. My deck is a bit more defensive mid-range, yeah.
Okay, and standard suite of equipment, I guess.
Yep.
Kind of? There's a balance?
There's a balance, yes. Usually, now I only play balance. I don't play crown because my sideboard kind of allows me to play the defensive option, so I don't really need the crown. Foundry Heart is always there. Base arms, yes. So Tactical Base arms is mainly meant for the Evo Steel Soul controller.
Yep.
I used to play adaptive plating, but I realized, if I was going to play the steel arms, I might as well just play the base arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is pretty much the entire main board.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the sideboard then.
Okay,
Yep.
so let me just
Yeah.
clear up this. Okay, so sideboard, very simple. The Visatronic is just meant for Kanos. Yeah. So yeah, just remember always bring your Visatronic, even though you don't feel like there's Kano around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
AB3.
trust me on this. Yeah. Yeah. I went to Pro Tour 1 without a Visatronic and I met 2 Kanos. And I contemplated why I didn't bring Visatronic.
Just one slot.
Yeah, this is just one slot. Just use it. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the defensive package. So we have 3 Fates, 3 Sinks, 3 Reinforce,
Wow.
2 Chambers, and 3 Purifiers.
Okay.
So
So let's talk about
yes.
items first, maybe.
okay, so items, there are 2 Purifiers, 3 Purifiers and 2 Chambers. The Chambers are, the Purifiers are more important in specific matchups. So
Purifiers, okay.
Enigma, Victor, those are matchups that you want to find your Purifiers as soon as possible so that you can push more damage. Especially against Enigma, if they've run footsteps, you want to try hit the breakpoint as soon as possible to try to push them to basically force them to use cards to block you, even though they are using footsteps.
Okay.
Yep. So this is I haven't really tried. I wanted to bring this game plan to Nu. I haven't really tried yet. I mean, I played a bit of Talisha or that. It kind of worked, but I didn't really face a Nu in the whole BH, so I don't really know how well it will go.
Okay.
But this is basically what I try to bring in against Nu as well.
Oh, the whole package. I mean,
the whole package. Just try to be more efficient. I know that it's a bit hard to block out the Nu as well, but I was still testing things out.
Wait, hang on. So items you bring in for Enigma.
So items I bring for Enigma, I will probably cut things like the twin drive, couriers are definitely a cut.
Yeah.
The twin drives, Pulse Wave Harpoon. The Max Velo, you can probably cut. You're unlikely to really play it. It's really just there just so you can maybe pop 1 or 2 of the Enigma's like big attacks.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen so far, the Enigma's only play Phantasmaclasm and Miraging. Yeah. Which, I mean, Miraging you probably don't want to pop.
Yeah.
Phantasmaclasm you can always block 2 cards.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. So I actually do cut the Max Velo, so they don't really, because they don't really play a lot of Phantasm cards.
So you kind of replace the Wincon from Max Velo to
to basically to items. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when do you bring in all these defensive?
All these I bring in against Victor, maybe Dory and Nu, I guess. Yeah, but it's mainly for Victor. Yeah. So all this it sounds a bit overkill, but the thing is that I didn't really know what to do with the other sideboard slots, knowing that I had a very solid 16 to aggro. So I was just basically trying to think of how to buff up my other matchups. Yeah.
So when you bring this in, how does it affect your boosting?
Okay, so sometimes yes, you do need to boost.
Yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate that sometimes you may boost into a Sing below Fate Force direct, but you need to sometimes push the damage into the Victor because the Victor wants to keep cards in hand to basically trade back at you. So it's basically the same as Bravo. They are going to keep cards, they're going to have to take damage. So once they take the damage, you are able to basically trade more efficiently and then use this as a buffer to try to block out attacks so that your trade was more favorable for you. Yeah. And then after, of course, the items are quite important as well. items are basically what win you the game at like the late game stage of the game. So you usually just keep pitching just to swing your items and hit the breakpoints of 4-4-4, that kind of thing. So once they keep taking chip damage, they eventually reach to 1 life, and that's where they basically have blocked 2 cards every pistol shot. Yeah.
So it seems like actually throughout this whole tournament, you played a lot of your pistol defensive plan quite a lot.
I actually only played once.
I mean, the Enigma, the pistol.
Oh yeah,
So 3 Enigmas.
so yes, I played the pistol package 3 times. Yeah, this whole tournament. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I had to be lucky because I think some games I found my items very early on, and during that period they also break. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you get it, then you get
Yeah,
it
yeah,
first.
exactly,
You have the advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that was covered pretty much everything.
Yep.
And after playing the tournament, is there anything you would change about the deck? Or like anticipating the new meta maybe? If Dash is still around.
To be honest, I haven't really figured out what else to change. Maybe I will cut like the Fate Forescenes to put in more sideboard slots. I think the 9 directs can be a bit overkill. It's just that I was facing into I think BH was still a very open meta.
Yeah.
And knowing that you have a solid 60 into basically everything else means that you just need to think about your sideboard to reinforce for like whatever decks that you think that you may lose to.
Right.
Yeah.
So the core is solid, just
Yeah.
you, depending on the meta.
Yeah. You can probably cut the Fate Foreseen. I like the reinforce because victors will always try to CNC palmer you, and this is the way to protect yourself.
Speaking about your D-Reacts,
Yes,
did you not consider Firewall?
it's not direct,
It was a block 4.
but it's a block 4. You can't react. If they palmer you, you can't. As in, like if they palmer you, you can't react to that. So you have to put the firewall down very early on. Yeah.
I mean, if they CNC pummel, you still can't react.
Yes, but that's why the reinforce are there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's it. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Yes.
And everyone go check out the previous decks. I'll put the stream link down below as well. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, subscribe, like,
Yes,
leave a
everyone.
comment what else you want to see, and we'll see you all next time.